How's it going, guys? This is Serndale. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you're having a good day. I'm doing a tier list on all of the beta monsters. Now, this tier list actually had every single monster that's been revealed as of all the trailers. So there's a bunch of stuff below, but we haven't fought them yet. So I'm just doing the beta guys here. So first of all, Chotacabra. He's good. He's piss easy, but like as a warm up monster and like the starting monster compared to Great Jagras, oh, I'll take Chotacabra any day. He looks cooler. He has like a more unique design. He has like his attacks are very telegraphed, which makes it a really good monster for beginners to get like used to the, like the overall system. Again, piss easy 2 minute fight if you know like at all what you're doing, right? On Charge Blade, I just like he's hardly even standing up half the time. I just knock him over, and he's like, I'm saying like a lot. He's good. He's good as a starting monster. He does what he needs to do. Honestly, I'm into it. I'm into it. Who can say no to a 2 minute fight that you don't need to even fight anymore? I mean, what if he becomes like Jagras, where they just make a bigger version of him and you beat the crap out of him for decorations? That'll be awesome. I'd like to fight a giant Chotacabra. That'd be sick. That'd be great. Anyway, Balahara, he's good. I think it's good. It's a Leviathan thing. He has unique attacks where he like burrows into the ground. You can jump up, and then you use Screamer Pods, which are you can get from the Bonos up ahead. And so there's like, it's utilizing your surroundings and such. And he's a good starting monster. What can I say? He's good. I also like his lance, that drill looking thing. That's cool. Other than that, I don't really have a whole lot to say about him. I am surprised that flash pods work on it. I really thought that they wouldn't, considering I don't know where his eyes are. I think they're when he opens his mouth. The It's interesting that he gives you water blight this early on. I don't think you were able to get blighted like this in early game Monster Hunter, at least as far as World and Rise and 4 Ultimate. I hurt my finger somehow. But yeah, that's cool. It introduces the blights early on. Very interesting. Doshaguma. Okay. I don't care for Doshaguma. His fight is fine. I'm not crazy for the herd mechanic. And all these other monsters, they will have a big attack, and if you use your focus mode after they do this certain big attack, they'll be glowing. And so you can like exploit that if you know what you're looking for and you know how to dodge it. You can exploit that to, get an advantage. But that doesn't exist for Doshaguma from what I've seen. Instead, his gimmick is that when he gets really mad and goes into his second phase, a bunch of wounds pop up on him again, which is like, okay. But that only happens once, I'm pretty sure. And as far as the herds go, I'm not really sold on them, to be honest. Oops, I just showed them off. I'm not super sold on them, to be honest, because fighting the herds together is high key miserable. You just get like, especially on my PC, where it's like, I'm already fighting the frame rate, so this is kind of a skill issue on my part, a money issue on my part, low key. But I'm fighting the frame rate already. I don't need three monsters just like slapping me out of my field of vision when I'm trying to fight this one big one that's just walking around or something. Like, it's just miserable. And so I end up having to use a dung pod, and then it runs away, and I chase it, and then I fight it one on one. So it just ends up being fought as a normal monster anyway. I don't really get it. I don't really see the appeal. He's definitely my least favorite in the entire beta. But design wise, I like him. I like this first batch of monsters design wise a lot for Monster Hunter. This is very nice. I'm super into it. Ray Dow, it's awesome. Sick design, railgun head dragon. His sound design is really cool. And he has that thing where you can exploit his like his railgun beam if you dodge it, and then he gets tired and his head opens up and overheats, and then you can focus strike that, and it's cool. It lets you exploit him if you know what you're looking for. It does happen. He does do it a lot, and so I would have an issue with that if you could just keep focus striking him over and over again. But sometimes it will just like after the third time, second or third time, it just stops happening, and I think it's on like a cooldown or something. So they definitely considered that. But he's a really cool dragon. He's a dragon. He's a really cool monster. His fight feels really good. His theme is really good. He, you can say this for all the monsters, but he moves around a lot, which is I was gonna say was a con, but all the monsters do that, and they did say that they're gonna nerf that in the final game, which I hope somebody mentions, because if they're moving around as much as they did in the beta, I'm gonna be tweaking out. I'm not gonna lie, that was annoying me. I like lose 5 minutes every every hunt because they're just going on a cross country trek. But Ray Dow, he's really really cool. Again, I love his sound design. The sound he makes when he is roaring and stuff. Oh my god, that's so awesome. And the ringing sound, that's so cool. Gyps Ross, he's fine. I'm glad they brought him back. It's cool. And when he's doing his flash, you can focus strike. That's like his exploitable move. So it's cool. I like it. He poisons you. It's annoying. He pretends to be dead. He wakes up. It's awesome. I think he's a little too easy, which I don't know. You fought him in 4, which is what I played with him in. You fought him kind of later on, and he would like steal stuff from you, and he did a lot of damage, and the flash was rough. In this one, not only can you intercept his flash and focus strike it, and then by the time he does it again, you've probably broken his head by then. If you do get flashed, it doesn't really last that long, to be honest. It really doesn't feel like you get punished for... I keep leaning forward. It doesn't feel like you get punished for getting flashed nearly as much as you used to. But that could just be me. When he's asleep and he wakes up, or he's dead and he wakes up, that doesn't do... It does a decent amount of damage, but... it could do more, especially considering that in the beta you have completely starting gear. I think I could have done more. So I don't think I'm going to be fighting this. I mean, I will because I'm going to get the crowns, but I don't really care too much for fighting Gyps Ross a lot. And the last one, Arkveld, like, oh, easy. Easy. I'm putting him, sorry, Radal. He's going in the front. So cool. The minute I saw Arkveld as the flagship monster, I was like, he's cool. He's cool. Yeah, he's all right. And then in game, oh my god, he's saucy. He's cool. He has like these beady black eyes, and then his theme is badass, and he has chain whips. Like I took that for granted on the in the in the cover art. I was like, chains for whips, who needs that? Chain whip on his arms, that's awesome. That's really cool. He has, I will say, when I was first fighting him, a lot of his moves felt like pretty poorly telegraphed to me. Like all of his tail stuff, I could not tell it was an attack for a while, but then after a little bit I can see it. I'm like, oh, he's doing it. So I don't know why specifically that, because I usually don't have that problem with monsters. If I see them like doing a tail movement, I'm like, oh, he's gonna attack. But me, and I think I remember either Maximilian Dude or Rurikon, when they were fighting Arkfeld, the tail hit them and they were like, oh, I can't notice if it's an attack or not. So it's interesting that both of us couldn't tell at first when the tail attack was coming. But it ended up being good. Great fight. I feel like it has a lot of like good exploitable moments. It's big like kaboom stuff. That's awesome. My PC doesn't like it, but it's so cool. I was like flipping out the first time I saw it. You can see it on my Arkfeld video. I don't think I had webcam on that, but I was pogging as I do. Yeah, great monster. My only actual, let's see, my only actual complaint about Arkfeld is that he'll do this thing where he like throws down a chain and then he can throw down another chain. That move, I can never tell what when he's going to do one hit or two hits, which doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but if I'm Charge Blade and I guard point it and then I want to cancel it into the SAED, or I guess just regular amped element discharge. If I do that and he suddenly decides to go into a second chain whip, then I just get cooked, right? And then if I try and wait on that first whip for a second and it doesn't come, then it's too late for me to cancel into AED. The animation ends. And I've hunted him so many times, and I've tried so hard to figure out what the tell is. Like, oh, does he wiggle his arm a little bit? Does he like move his head a little bit? I can't figure it out. I've tried looking it up at one point, and people were saying that if your health goes like, whatever, or if you get like the red line, then that's when you can tell he's going to do it again. But the red line, I actually don't remember how the health works. I think it's similar to red line. The red line only appears if you're gonna take like an attack that's gonna like kill your ass, or it's gonna be a super duper big attack. So it doesn't even show up half the time, especially because I'll usually be like at higher health by the end of the hunt, because I'll have figured it out by then. But that wasn't a consistent way to tell that he was going to do it, because that relies on me having low enough health where like that would kill me, and I don't think that's good game design. I already said this like exact same spiel in I forget which video, but I hope for Arkveld's sake that there is a tell and I just can't see it. Like I'm just not noticing it. I'm stupid, right? But I couldn't figure out what it is. And if there isn't a tell and it really is just relying on the red line mechanic, then I just don't think that's good game design. And it makes me slightly worried that other monsters are going to do the same thing, where attacks are only able to be recognized assuming you have low enough health for it, and not by how the monster, by studying and learning how the monster moves, which I think is a way stronger way of rewarding players for playing the game and being astute and noticing things. But that was my singular, it was a long spiel, but that was my singular issue with Arkfeld. Everything else, great. His explosion, great. His design, great. His theme, great. His noises, awesome. There's one move he does, it sounds like Freddy Fazbear. I don't know if you guys know, he's like, ho, ho, ho. I might be the only one who's noticed that or thought that. I don't know. But he has a grab, cool. It's pretty avoidable if you know what you're looking for. Tail whip, like tail stab and tail spin, fine. It's fine. It's good. I mean, like, he's really just an incredible. I can't wait to see him in the actual game. I wonder what locale we're even going to fight him in the actual game. But only a little bit left until we get to see. So very exciting for that. Yeah, I think that's gonna... I mean, there's obviously nobody else in the beta to do this tier list on, but yeah, that's it. Let me, if you guys like disagree, of course, feel free to say in the comments. I'd love to hear you guys, and if you think Doshiguma is actually top tier, or if you think Ray Dow is doo-doo butter and should be in the bottom tier, I'll listen to anything, honestly. But if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you'd like. I make videos and such, and it's really fun, and I'd love to share them with you if you'd be willing to watch them and such. So thank you. Hit the bell. if you want, for notifications when I upload more videos. Ding ding, hit the bell, ding ding. Yep, you get it. All right, thank you. See ya.